It's the powerful Dodgers and Mookie Betts and Max Muncy and this loaded lineup. They have 4 aces against a team that's going to roll out a 22-year-old rookie game 1 starter and an injured shortstop playing second base. People are describing this as David versus Goliath.
Max Muncy, who is just 1 for 12 in the championship series, has a single to put him at first and second.
This is the part of the lineup that if they produce at all for the Dodgers, they're going to be really hard to beat.
That's up the middle and through. Base hit center field from Hernandez. Teoscar Hernandez comes home. The Dodgers are on the board first.
Kike Hernandez, postseason player, gives the Dodgers the first lead of the World Series.
Snell has 17 consecutive scoreless innings. He's put up zeros in 23 of his 24 innings this postseason. 8th pitch to Kirk. Swatted towards the right field corner. Hernandez turns and watches this one hit off the wall. Holds him to a single. Teoscar guns it in. And Kirk, who has many wonderful traits, speed is not one of them, settles for a leadoff single. Varsho in the air to center field. Pages going back, turns, watches, and it's gone and tied.
On the board in the World Series, Dalton Varsho with a 2-run homer, 2-2, Blue Jays and Dodgers in the 4th. And they are human, Chris. The Dodgers put their pants on just like everyone else.
Jays doing what the Jays do, just so hard to put away. Blake Snell was getting misses on about half his swings in the postseason coming in. That's down to 20% tonight. Varsho got hit. Paid the price. Or would have put him on anyways as ball 4. And the Jays have loaded the bases against Blake Snell with nobody out. That's the last pitch that Snell will throw. And a guy who is historically dominant the first 3 starts of this postseason meets a different kind of match tonight. Emmett Sheehan for Ernie Clement. Tie game, bases loaded, nobody out.
Swinging a liner, through into left center. In to score IKF. Station to station go the Blue Jays. Kirk into 3rd, up to 2nd. Varsho. Ernie Clement gives the Blue Jays their first lead of the series. 3-2, bottom of the 6th of game 1.
This guy just continues to come through in big situations, not trying to do too much. A lot of guys would try for the big hit, that hit in the gap, or even a grand slam in that situation. Not Ernie Clement. He was trying to go up the middle. All he was doing was going station to station, moving the line, and giving Nathan Lucas, who's now pinch hitting, a chance to drive in another run.
Now another 3-2. He's walked him, and it's 4-2 Toronto. Kirk can walk home.
It's 4-2 Blue Jays. Still bases loaded. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, just like Ernie Clement before him, he is not a selfish player, doing everything for his team. He is okay taking the walk, taking the RBI, and getting to first base and allowing Andres Jimenez to come up to the plate with the bases loaded, and still nobody out in this inning.
Base hit to right field from Jimenez. Again, 90 feet apiece. 5-2 Blue Jays. Bottom of the order, telling the story once again.
Andres Jimenez had a very nice approach there, shortened the swing up. He got a changeup over the heart of the plate, didn't try to do too much, got the barrel to it, and absolutely ripped that thing through that hole on the right side. What an important hit for him. You have to keep adding on, especially against this Dodgers lineup.
Addison Barger taking rips outside the dirt circle.
Addison Barger's not going to get a chance to face Sheehan.
Dave Roberts was waiting for the Blue Jays to announce the move. Now he will make a move of his own.
Here's what Barger wants to do, knowing who's on deck. Fly ball, and even a strikeout's not the worst thing in the world. You just don't want to hit a ground ball double play. And he knows that. He's going to try to lift the ball and keep it off the ground so he can at least guarantee Guerrero up.
Barger sends a towering drive. Right center field. Kiss it goodbye.
A grand slam! Addison Barger blows this game wide open. 9-2 Blue Jays in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, he hit a fly ball, and he guaranteed his teammate was going to come up, but I didn't see a situation where his teammate might come up with nobody on. I mean, this is a high breaking ball. You want to see a hard swing? That was a hard swing.
La balle est frappée là-bas. En direction du champ
Jays saute sur la balle glissante. Un peu suspendu. C'est loin, mais très loin au champ centre droit.
And if you're unfamiliar with the Blue Jays, just learning about them today, just watch this 6th inning. Watch the bottom of the order set the table. Watch guys come off of the bench and deliver. Watch pesky 2-strike hitting. And then watch power hit. It's all rolled in together. It is the Blue Jays who have put 9 runs on a Dodgers staff that gave up 4 in the entire championship series. They've batted around. Guerrero into shallow center field. Here comes Pages. That's down.
And we saw a little bit of this against the Yankees, their ability to explode and get the crooked number. One swing got a crooked number. This is what you wanted if you're Toronto and you're a Toronto fan, to at least show we're pretty good and we can score.
Here's a high drive off of the bat of Kirk, sailing back there to center. Does it have enough? You bet. Double digits for the Jays in game 1.
Ohtani offensively tonight has looked like the Shohei we saw between first game of the wild card series and the final game of the NLCS. He's 0 for 3 and he has struck out twice.
Left it there, hit in the air to right field. Back it goes. It is gone. Yeah. Sky scraping home run from Shohei Ohtani. Left it over the plate and Ohtani didn't miss.
Just can't do that to a great hitter.
That's the fastest run around the bases I've ever seen. Right on the heels of Tommy Edman. 4th home run the last 2 games for Ohtani, and it's 11-4.
Could just see it coming, and it rolled right there perfectly for him. And that swing has been done a lot this year. Is that over 60 now?
That is 61.
Okay.
2 outs, top of the 9th inning. 11-4 Blue Jay lead. The Dodgers down to their final strike for the first time in the World Series. He got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. The Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead in the World Series on the back of an 11-4 blowout win over the mighty Dodgers. Just as everyone predicted, the Blue Jays win by a touchdown plus the extra point over the Dodgers.
32 years between World Series games here in Toronto, but was it ever worth the wait? The Blue Jays with one of the biggest innings in World Series history last night in Game 1 to win the opener, and the fans have packed the Rogers Center again, hoping for more tonight here in Game 2.
And it brings up Freddie Freeman. Here's a guy the Dodgers are trying to get going. 0 for 3 yesterday, just 2 for 14 in this postseason. Only 1 run batted in. He drove himself in. A home run in Milwaukee. Half of the pitches in this inning coming to him. This is the 8th. Hooks it down the line. He went down to get a splitter and popped it into the corner for extra bases. Freddie Freeman with a 2-out double.
As Freddie Freeman wins the battle against Gossman, a 2-out stand-up double.
And a chance for Will Smith. Knocked in a run yesterday. 389 over a 5-game hitting streak. Up the middle, base hit center field. And the Dodgers with 2 out in the first inning get on the board. A double from Freeman, a single from Smith, and it's 1-0. Quickly off of the deck after they got beaten down in Game 1.
Good piece of hitting, slider away, and you go with it. Right up the middle. 2 quick outs and then a battled at bat by Freddie Freeman, just like that.
Dodgers on the board first. Best 2-out team in baseball during the regular season, flexing that muscle right here. They're at it again. First and third, nobody out. 2 more hits yesterday for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 3 times as many extra base hits in these playoffs as he has strikeouts. Curve gets him swinging. Just the 4th strikeout of the playoffs of Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So you get foul ball after foul ball on the splitter and the sinker. And then you come in with a curveball, the first one of the night, and that was a dandy.
Alejandro Kirk 3 for 3 with a home run and a walk in Game 1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. To first and caught by Freeman on the fly. Both runners back to the bag. 2 out and a chance for Yamamoto to get out of this unscathed. Yamamoto's a strike away from getting out of this inning that was first and third, nobody out without a run. There it goes. It's a curve that falls in for strike 3. And Varsho, like a house by the side of the road, watches it. And the Jays watch a scoring opportunity in this first inning slip through their fingertips. First and third for the Blue Jays with 1 out. Another chance for the Blue Jays, and again it's on Kirk's plate. He was up in this same situation in the first inning, lined out, and Yamamoto got out of that jam. Sends a high drive to center field that is plenty deep enough to tie up game 2. Here comes George Springer. It's 1-1. Alejandro Kirk gets it done. The Blue Jays have been leaning on Yamamoto from the start, and they finally break through.
We knew this would be a pitching duel, or pitcher's duel coming into this ball game, and it sure has turned into one. Kevin Gausman and Yoshinobu Yamamoto are both pitching very, very well so far.
Testament to the skill of both these starters.
On a pitcher's duel, Yamamoto for the Dodgers has retired 8 straight. Kevin Gausman double that, 16 in a row retired, back to the Dodgers' first inning run. Kevin Gausman has finally broken through here in his 7th postseason start. First time he's pitched into the 7th inning. Who blinks first? Same question asked a different way. Who has that big swing? This has the kind of feel to it that it'd be one swing to decide it.
You're talking about 2 of the best teams from run scoring from the 6th inning on. Blue Jays were the best, and the Dodgers were second.
The 3-2. High drive deep to left field. It's Smith with a big swing into the second deck. He's given the Dodgers the lead in the 7th. His first extra base hit of the postseason couldn't have come at a better time for LA.
And one of the first pitch location mistakes for Gausman. You cannot miss middle in. Short arms, compact swing, loves that pitch inside, and he leaked his fastball for the first time in the wrong area.
Dodgers had not had a base runner since the 1st inning, then bang. Normally stoic Dodger catcher. Any bit of fire and emotion you've got hidden under there is going to come to the surface in October. Yamamoto, constant stress in the early innings, but 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, and finally some backing from his offense. Teams that out-homer their opponent in this postseason are 25-5. And the Dodgers are the first big fly of game 2. 2-1, 2 out, Max Muncy.
On a 2-2, Muncy swings and pushes a high fly ball. Left field carrying back. Does it have enough? This ball is gone! Max Muncy sends one into the Blue Jay bullpen. The second blast of the 7th inning, and the Dodgers have doubled their lead.
That pitch needed to be up, and it was down. And even though he was late, he's strong enough to hit the ball to all parts of the park. Watch where this pitch is. That pitch is that belt high. It needs to be up higher to get that above the barrel of the bat, and he goes the other way.
2 home runs from the Dodgers in the 7th inning, ending the longest postseason start from Kevin Gausman, who had not given up a base runner since the 1st. He gets a well-deserved hand. But right now, the story, the Dodgers trying to get this series back to LA, tied up, trying to defend their title. Kevin Gausman blinks first. 3-1 Dodgers. Yamamoto back to the mound.
His pitch count is in order. 71 pitches to get through 6 innings, 48 of them strikes.
And if I'm Dave Roberts and the Dodgers at this point, I'm starting to think about the best path forward is just letting this guy go the distance again.
And John Schneider, looking for a spark offensively, is going to go to his bench. Pinch hitting for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Bo Bichette.
Trying to start something with 2 gone, trying to start anything against Yamamoto. To bats it short, backhand stab, lobs it across, and 3 ground ball outs. Yamamoto with 14 in a row retired, sniffing it again, sniffing the finish line. Dodgers get 2 against the pen in the 8th, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto has retired 14 in a row. Could he be headed for yet another complete game?
The 1-2 pitch. He got him swinging. Struck him out with the curve.
Curveball since the 1st inning has really been, I think, helping to be a game changer. Can't just sit on the fastball, can't just sit on the splitter.
Strikes out Springer with a fastball. That thing blazing to the top of the zone. Yamamoto's 7th.
He has taken a great offense, maybe not early on, but since then just put him away.
It's 1-2 to Lucas. Is a fastball to the knees to get him looking. He strikes out the side in the 8th. What a performance. Yoshinobu Yamamoto take a bow in game 2. The Dodgers 5, the Jays 1. LA's 3 outs away from tying this series up. Something special brewing here for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, trying to join the likes of Oral Hershiser to deal back-to-back complete game wins in the postseason. You got to go back to that 1988 epic run from Oral to find the last guy that has done what Yamamoto's trying to do in a Dodger uniform, almost impossibly. He's trying to do it against this lineup. This lineup that, coming into the game, had the #1 slugging percentage of any lineup in postseason history. Curve off the end of the bat. Freeman to first, one away in the 9th.
When you get awkward swings from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that'll tell you that this guy is really, really good on the mound.
Kirk sends a line drive to center field. Justin Dean is there. 2 gone in the 9th. Well, I've mentioned it several times. It would have been almost a decade since anybody had pitched a complete game in the postseason. Yamamoto an out away from doing it back-to-back starts. Standing out like a beautiful sore thumb. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side. Yamamoto goes the distance again. World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 2 of the World Series against the Blue Jays, has thrown a complete game, retiring the final 20 that he faces. Simply dazzling.
The Dodgers take Game 2 by a final of 5-1 and even this best-of-7 series 1 game apiece.
5th World Series start tonight, and it's a treat for all of us that we get to watch Mad Max in World Series theater.
They give up 19 home runs in the 17 starts during the regular season.
And here's a Dodger who really needs to find it fast. Teoscar Hernandez. He is 0 for 7 in this World Series. He has struck out 5 times.
Hernandez drives one left field. Forget about it. Dodgers strike first in a loud way.
What were you saying, Mo, about that home run problem for Scherzer?
But Teoscar Hernandez looking for the good swing. Had a good pitch, and he did both.
Back to the top in Ohtani. Started this game with a double, and in this postseason, really, it's that huge Game 4 of the championship series with the 3 home runs. 174 outside of that. Comes back in. It's lifted to deep right field. Towards the corner. Goodbye. Ohtani goes deep. And the Dodgers lead Game 3 on a pair of solo home runs, 2-0.
Now with runners on first and third and 1 out, Alejandro Kirk is up. He has the most recent Blue Jay hit in this game. A knock to right field in the 2nd.
Breaking ball toward the left center field. Pages going back. He's at the track. He's at the line. It's gone. Kirk has changed Game 3 with a 3-run shot.
3-run missile. Alejandro Kirk and the Blue Jays lead in the top of the 4th, 3-2.
Mason Fluharty, the lefty, they brought in, and he really has one job in this World Series, to handle the Dodgers' big lefties of Ohtani and Betts. He has done that in his young career facing Shohei.
A breaking ball is toward the left center field. Slicing towards the net. Track up against the wall. Hernandez hit it home. There is no throw. It's a ringing double from Ohtani. His 3rd extra base hit of the game. It's made it 4-3.
RBI double Shohei Ohtani. We got a 1-run game in Game 3.
This game takes on a whole different flavor now, but remember the Dodgers in that first inning with Ohtani at second base, the leadoff double, were not able to get the run in.
Looking for a base hit here to tie up Game 3.
Freeman pulls it, fair ball down the line, beyond a diving Guerrero. Ohtani's gonna score. We are tied at 4 here in Game 3. Freddie Freeman comes through.
This is why John Schneider has him in the lineup for situations like this. He's not going to try to do too much. He's just going to try to get something into the gap and score Vladimir Guerrero from first base. What a moment for him. It's a tough at-bat for Blake Treinen.
Bichette sprays it down the right field line, fair ball. Ricochets off the sidewall into shallow right. Vladdy around second and third. He gets the wave. Teoscar Hernandez with the throw home. He's safe! Offline, and he reached the hand in. Smith had to field on the edge of the dirt circle, work back to home plate, but for now, they say he didn't beat Vladdy to home. It's a single for Bichette and a 5-4 Blue Jay lead in the top of the 7th inning.
Nobody on base, 1 out. Obviously, a lot of people would question if you pitch around Shohei Ohtani. Why would you do that with 1 out, nobody on? You don't want to put the tying run on base, but again, he's a unicorn, a lot like Aaron Judge, a lot like Cal Raleigh, where he can miss-hit a baseball and go deep and tie this ball game.
He is 7 for his last 7 at Dodger Stadium with 5 home runs.
And Ohtani is just the 2nd player in the history of the World Series to come up with 4 extra base hits in one game. He ties it at 5. What a crazy game Game 3 of the World Series has been. Lifted high down the right field line. Moving forward, Lucas. Moving back, Guerrero. Lucas into foul territory to make the catch. And this game isn't ending yet. Nathan Lucas is up now. They don't need him to knock in the runner on first and Schneider. Just pass the baton to Vladdy behind him.
And Lucas pulls it down the right field line. It's down into the corner. Fair ball. Teoscar Hernandez digging one out. It's a green light for Schneider. Here's the relay home. Edmonds throw. Smith has it to tag. He's out! Perfect relay! Teo, Tommy, Will out of the play.
You do have to wonder how much fatigue is starting to set in for Hoffman. He's thrown 32 pitches across an inning and 2/3. At the same time, I don't know how you could take him out here with the game on the line. Single could win it for LA. Tommy Edman is up, first and second, 2 down. Hit off the fist, a pop up to first. Vladdy underneath it, makes the grab. We go to the 11th.
He inherits the bases loaded. 2 outs in the top of the 12th. This could be the last time you see Clayton Kershaw on a big league mound. Chopped to the right side of the infield. Edman charging in the glove. Ball flip to Freeman. They got him in time. What a play by Tommy Edman as Clayton Kershaw leaves them loaded. Bases loaded. 2 outs in the 13th. Tied at 5.
Hit high, center field. Marshall backpedaling onto the track. He makes the catch. 14th inning coming up. The great escape by Eric Lauer. 5-5, Game 3 of the World Series. First and second now with 2 outs. And it's another opportunity for Mookie Betts, who has had a lot of them in this game, to try and win it for the Dodgers.
Now Brendan Little has to lock back in. Mookie Betts, the premier hitters in this league, as we know.
Popped up. First base foul. Vladdy over the chalk. Makes the grab. How about we tie the major league record in a World Series and go to the 18th.
2 on, 2 out, Tyler Heineman, the backup catcher. 72nd pitch for a guy who had never thrown more than 30. Stop from
Will Klein lets out a roar in Dodger Stadium, gives it right back to him. 4 heroic innings out of the bullpen for Will Klein. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Dodgers. 5-5, both teams with 5 runs and 15 hits. The Blue Jays have stranded 19, the Dodgers 18. Freddie Freeman leading off against the lefty Brendan Little. They've played 2. The Dodgers want to finish it right here.
Sends a fly ball to center field. Garshow's going back before the catch. It's under. It's a repeat hero with the last one in a Game 3 classic.
Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight.
The man of the hour has arrived. Shohei Ohtani, that's his protection. Mookie Betts, the Los Angeles Dodgers, just hours after winning a marathon against the Toronto Blue Jays, an 18-inning classic. Back at it to try to take a surging 3-1 series lead.
So enjoy out of it, but we got a game later today. All right? Hey, we got a game later today.
Dodgers trying to solve Shane Bieber in this game, the native of Laguna Beach who spent 6 seasons in Cleveland, won a Cy Young in 2020. You mentioned the Tommy John surgery that he had early on last year. Gets traded to the Blue Jays in July, continues to finish off his rehab, comes back and was way better than you would ever envision a guy would be after missing that much time. Kike Hernandez coming to the plate. Another one of the themes of last night's game. Neither team good with runners in scoring position. They combined to go 4 for 26.
I would say if he wanted to go for the punch out now, you go inside and up or inside off the plate, get him to be able to swing and miss. Now you go for the strikeout after all those breaking balls if Bieber goes to the fastball.
Walking a single, have him at the corners. Another 2-2 from Bieber. It is a fastball, and it's lifted to deep right field. Barger goes back on it. Steps into the warning track, plenty deep enough to bring home the game's first run.
The reason I didn't like that away is it's too easy to lift the ball away for that sac fly. You've got to be so good inside to be able to do that as a hitter and pull your hands in. That pitch actually did him a favor to get that fly ball.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani left the ballpark last night at 10 after midnight. But it's interesting, I asked Dave Roberts about any hesitation about having him be a two-way player tonight. He had his lineup made up even before Shohei arrived. He said it was never a doubt that he was going to DH and pitch tonight.
Lucas rips a base hit into right field. Over to cut it off Hernandez. He holds Lucas to a single.
There's not much movement with that four-seam fastball. Throws it about 40% of the time. You have to be ready for it, a lot like Nathan Lucas was right there.
Ohtani would not show Guerrero that fastball much the first time he faced him today.
Now Guerrero's second look at him tonight. Ohtani struck him out on 3 pitches in the first.
There's a fly ball to deep left center field. Headed back there. It is gone. Vlad Jr. gives the Jays the lead.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. lines one into the seats in left center, and the Blue Jays take the lead.
His 7th postseason home run, and that is a new Blue Jays franchise record. He broke the tie with Joe Carter and Jose Bautista. And the Blue Jays need a big night from Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Off to a good start. That's only the 4th home run Ohtani has given up this season, regular season and postseason.
I'll tell you, this guy's amazing, and he's ready for everything. I mean, this is the first mistake that Ohtani has made, and he didn't get it back.
La balle est frappée dans la direction du champ gauche. À la piste d'avertissement. Circuit Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir qui voit des ballons de plage partout. On en parlait. A vu un ballon de plage à la sortie des doigts de Shohei Ohtani. Une balle cassante, suspendue, et Vladimir l'a pas manqué.
This breaking ball is up, barrel of the bat, out in front, and I said if a spinner is in the zone, it's a recipe for a launched home run. All you got to do is backspin it as a hitter and get that barrel to the ball, and the ball just takes off.
5, 6, and 7 for the Blue Jays, starting with their backstop.
Breaking pitch gets him swinging, but it was over the plate.
Yeah, he has the stuff to get through this lineup. Don't get me wrong, but this is the part where you get the adrenaline is gone, and you're now working off of all the training you put in, all the effort to dominate on the mound. He's going to have to work really, really hard mentally on location from this point on.
Fouled into the glove, but that's back-to-back strikeouts where he didn't put it where he wanted it.
No, the fastball is just a little bit running on him. He's cutting a couple and missing a couple up, but his ability to spin the baseball, again, such a weapon for him on a 3-2 count. The hitter can't just confine to and commit to one particular pitch.
Another 2-2. Strikes out the side in the 4th.
Put a fastball by him as Ohtani strikes out the side in the 4th inning. Kirk, Varsho, and Clement all have their tickets punched.
Dalton Varsho bangs the first pitch that Ohtani throws into right field, starting the 7th with a single. Dodgers just 1 run of support on 4 hits for Ohtani, who tries to get an out in the 7th inning for the first time as a Dodger and for the first time since July of 2023. Might try to extend a 9-game hitting streak. A lot of time to extend it last night. Cranks this ball to left center field. That's headed for the gap. That's headed for the wall. Varsho rounds 3rd and stops on a double from Clement. Screamer of a line drive, puts him at 2nd and 3rd.
And that's going to be it for Ohtani. I mean, still a remarkable job to go into the 7th inning after 18 innings of baseball last night.
Strikes out 6, walks just 1. Blue Jays with at least 2 runs on 6 hits. Anthony Banda's ready to go in that bullpen.
Dodger infield drawn in. The Blue Jays already up 2-1, but they got to add. It's really tough to cling to a 1-run lead against the Dodgers.
Well, this is when you shorten up. You're just trying to get the barrel to the baseball.
And not only has he put up a big fight, he's shown a lot of pitches to IKF behind him. 7 offered already by Banda. This is his first batter faced.
Big part of the Blue Jays offense has been the bottom of the order contributing through this postseason. Banda's 8th pitch, Jimenez comes through with a base hit to left center field. Varsho's in to score, and it's 3-1. Andres Jimenez battling with 2 strikes.
That was more like Blue Jays baseball that you've been seeing throughout the playoffs. Runners in scoring position, they have been stingy. This is literally put the bat on the ball and see what happens.
The more pitches you see, the more comfortable you become with that slider, with that fastball, and he got the off-speed pitch over the heart of the plate.
Mark Pryor's coming out for a visit with Anthony Bonda because John Schneider has dipped into his bench right here. He sends up Ty France to pinch hit for Nathan Lucas. It was high, he let it fly. Bouncer right side. Only play is at first. The run comes through the back door. And right away, that overturned call looms large as Clement comes in to score. And an RBI and a pinch hit ground out from Ty France. And that's going to do it for Anthony Bonda. Those 2 runs are charged to Shohei Ohtani, but Bonda, after they put Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on intentionally, unable to pick up where the bullpen left off last night with the heroic relief work. 4-1. Trinan's on for Bichette, who was one of the trusted arms in last season's championship. He struggled mightily this October. There's another shot to deep left. Over the head of Hernandez and against the wall. Bichette hangs on with a long single, and it's 5-1 Blue Jays.
Wall ball RBI single, Bo Bichette. 5-1 Blue Jays in the 7th. He tagged it out to left.
Like I said, he's slowly starting to look like Bo Bichette. That dugout is very excited right now. What a swing from him. And again, that's an important run. Yes, Andres Jimenez scoring the 5th run of the ballgame is very important. And if you're Addison Barger, you have to go to work because there's another important run standing out at third base in Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ground ball left side. Pass Mookie Betts, and it's 6-1. A 4th spot for the Jays in the 7th.
So it's 6-2 Blue Jays now. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th in game 4. Muncy on second and Alex Call up. Moving on deck is Shohei Ohtani. Ball hits it in the air out to left. Straw going back. One night after heartbreak, they beat the Dodgers 6-2, and it is a best of 3 now.
Here he comes, off and going game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. It's on the first pitch of game 5. Davis Schneider into George Springer's shoes and doing a great impression. How about that? Ready for a first pitch fastball and an ambush to start game 5 with a bang.
That jacket has been super important to the Blue Jays, and ironically, that's the first solo home run in the World Series by the Blue Jays.
Punched on the very first pitch, and now Vlad Jr. hooks a ball down the left field line. They've got back-to-back to start game 5. 3 pitches in, 2-0 Toronto. Wow.
You wonder when 2 heavyweights are going at each other, who is going to deliver the first blow? Well, they were ready to hit the fastball. You felt like Snell was going to establish his fastball tonight. I don't know if that's ever happened in his career where the first 2 hitters have hit home runs.
And here's Trey Savage.
Trey Savage did not have his split finger. That pitch is as good as it gets. And for him to have that pitch is the only way he can get through this Dodgers lineup.
Savage home with an 0-2, and he strikes him out, finishing off a 1-2-3 first inning. And a first inning for the Blue Jays that could not have gone better. 8th pitch to his boy is swung on and missed. He finished it with a splitter.
This splitter has such great late action in the strike zone.
And he's used it to get 3 consecutive strikeouts, retiring the first 5 in game 5. And he's using everything perfectly balanced. 8 fastballs, 8 splitters, 7 sliders. Swing and a miss from Tommy Edman, and he strikes out the side in the 2nd.
Really good so far.
He strikes out Muncy with a slider to the knees, and it's 5 in a row. A 2-2 to Ohtani. Yeah, swung on and missed. Swings himself out of his helmet on a disappearing splitter. And there it is again.
He's comfortable in the release point right now.
That is 8 strikeouts for Trey Savage.
You see that splitter so connected.
All 3 pitches doing what he wants. Pop fly back of the diamond, and Trey Savage, first time there's a little pressure against him, does not break. They strand 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a splitter and has 9 in game 5 of the World Series. 3-2. Call chases what would have been ball 4. And Trey Savage has 10 strikeouts. Trey Savage, 10 strikeouts. The first rookie to do that in a World Series game since former Dodger great Don Newcomb in 1949. A swing and a miss and an 11th strikeout for Trey Savage. He has now tied Smokey Joe Wood for the most strikeouts in a World Series game for a pitcher 22 or younger. 1-2 to Freeman. There's a dozen for Trey Savage.
Well, what this shows me is John Snyder is looking at the results more than he's looking at anything else. I told you before, you got to throw away stats and tendencies when you're in a one game where your pitcher is having a moment. Don't go to the stats when he's having a moment.
Chopper to third, Clement to second, over to first, double play! A World Series masterpiece from 22-year-old Trey Yesavage. About a month and a half ago, nobody outside of the most diehard Blue Jays fans or prospect fans would have known the name Trey Yesavage. Everybody going to know him now. 12 strikeouts in Game 5 of the World Series, and he holds the defending champions to just a run over 7 innings.
He's never going to forget that game, and neither are the fans of the Toronto Blue Jays. And his manager, to your point, showed what he had learned. That right there says it all.
2 gone in the 9th inning of Game 5. And the Blue Jays are headed home, 1 win from a championship. And it was a child who led them tonight. 22-year-old Trey Yesavage, 12 strikeouts. Only the 12th time in World Series history somebody's done that. And he's right there with Bob Gibson. 12-plus strikeouts and a win in a World Series game. The Jays are 1 win away from their first title in 32 years. Well, the Dodgers are in their 23rd World Series. This is the 8th time that they enter Game 6 down 3-2. They're trying to win Game 6 from that position for the first time to force a 7th decisive game tomorrow night. And John, it was overshadowed by how good Yamamoto was in Game 2, but Kevin Gausman, he retired 17 straight at one point in that game, pitched into the 7th inning for the first time in his postseason career.
He was fantastic, and he came out of the chute throwing a lot of fastballs. I would expect that might be changed just a little bit.
2-2, and he strikes out Ohtani to start Game 6. One away, Will Smith. He's sticking with the splitter. Back-to-back Ks. 2 out in the first.
He got him! Kevin Gausman skips off the hill. He just punched out the side in the top of the first.
Yeah, and now you look at the splitters. In this series, the Dodgers are 1 for 27. Something's got to change. You can't keep swinging the same pitch over and over.
Tommy Edman down the line. And the first base runner for the Dodgers will be Tommy Edman. Extra bases here in the 3rd, winning double.
There's some boos, but a lot of fans here are clapping, and I just don't know how you could justify pitching to that guy. It has nothing to do with Will Smith, who is a really good hitter. Shohei Ohtani is essentially an alien who has been dropped here to dominate baseball.
So 1st and 2nd, and it's up to Will Smith.
I'm going to keep betting on Mookie hitting behind Shohei, and if they keep giving him opportunities, I know he's going to come through.
And then with Will and Mookie, I just felt that's just, I wanted to give these guys a different look. I think Will, to be quite frank, is swinging the bat better.
Dodgers do not have a hit with a runner in scoring position since the 5th inning of Game 3. Is it Smith? Hooked down the left field line towards the corner. It is a fair ball. Will Smith delivers a 2-out double. Tommy Edman's in to score. And the Dodgers are on the board first in Game 6.
In an opening statement made from the Dodgers in Game 6.
They stayed back on a breaking ball. So if you look at this lineup, a lot of changes, including Will Smith moving to number 2 spot, hitting behind Ohtani.
That was fair, Mo, by maybe a couple of feet. Bounced just in front of the wall, right of the foul line. Enough to give the Dodgers the first run of the game.
Takes ball 4 to load the bases. And how about this? Mookie Betts comes up with the bases loaded. First walk in this game issued by Kevin Gausman. And Mookie Betts, we talk about it coming into the World Series. A lot of things are going to funnel to him with him hitting second. The way that they've handled Shohei Ohtani, well, in the cleanup spot, things are designed to funnel to you. They're 0 for their last 13 with the bases loaded, and Betts in the postseason has left 24 men on base.
I've just been terrible. I wish it was from lack of effort. I really do, but it's not, so I don't have any answers.
Dave Roberts said to him yesterday, hey, drop it all. Drop the baggage. Go be good for 1 game. Bases loaded, 2 gone, 3rd inning. Base hit left field. Ohtani's in to score. Here comes Will Smith. Throw to the plate's not in time. Betts breaks through, and so do the Dodgers. Oh, an exhale on the monkey off his bat. The Dodgers lead Gosman and the Blue Jays 3-0.
Well, you can credit also with the confidence that Dave Roberts had in watching Mookie Betts batting practice yesterday, talking to him. Where is he from a mental standpoint? Is he ready to accept that big battle being in the number 4 spot of the lineup? Well, the answer, yes to this point. And for the Dodgers here in the 3rd inning, this is a wonderful start. But fellas, don't let your foot off the accelerator.
Here, John, is where there's just no breaks in this lineup. You're down to 7, 8, and 9, and you're facing a guy who's hitting above 400 over his last 10 games. Down the left field line, he's got a fair ball. Ricochets off that angled sidewall into no man's land. Hernandez tries to pick it to the barehand, doesn't. It's a leadoff double for Addison Barger.
Actually, that was a great pitch and just a better job hitting after a slow curveball. He beats him with the fastball, but just inside the line.
Game 6 of the World Series. Dodgers just got 3, scratching across even 1. Would feel like a big win for the Blue Jays to punch back.
Barger at third, 2 out, 2 up. Checked, ball 3.
And he can't afford to check swing. You see him right there, and watch this. He just right away grimaces.
Yamamoto falling behind him 3-0. Who knows if he can swing his best. He shoots one to right center field. My goodness. George Springer gets the Jays on the board through biting pain.
Barger will come in to score, and how about George Springer?
The first walk in 15 innings in this World Series.
Table set for Dalton Varsho, who is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time up.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto executes his trademark pitch, gets his 6th strikeout of the game to finish the 6th inning.
Andres Jimenez, the left-handed batter, is coming up. John Schneider's been very aggressive pinch hitting and subbing guys in this World Series. He's got 4 right-handed bats on his bench, but looks like he's going to let Jimenez hit.
He struck him out! Put him down with the heat. 98, dotted on the outside corner, and Jimenez takes a whiff.
Dave Roberts holding his breath, hoping that his bullpen can get through this. Yamamoto hoping that his fellow countrymen can get through the bottom of the order here. Kirk, Barger, and Clement coming up, and what a series this has been. What a tight, intense Game 6 it's been.
2-strike pitch, and he hit him. Plunked him with a splitter, and Alejandro Kirk goes down to first. You imagine Dave Roberts will check and see if it hit the bat. It was an odd noise, but I think it was the sound of plastic or bone.
And now the batter will be Addison Barger with Straw at first. Barger's the tying run.
Deep center field, Dean on the run, just get there. It wedges in the bottom of the wall, and it's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. The umpire's hands are up, and the runners will head to second and third. It'll be second and third, nobody out.
A little unfortunate for the Blue Jays that ball wedged right there.
That heads-up play by Justin Dean to throw his hands up, because as soon as he reaches in there to play it, they lose the right for that to be a dead ball.
And Dave Roberts is making the move. Sasaki is out.
Dave Roberts is going to the guy that everybody figured would feature into Game 7 as the starter. Tyler Glasnow trying to get it there.
Ernie Clement coming up. Barger is the tying run in this game, and Miles Straw is on third ahead of him. Ernie Clement is the World Series winning run against Tyler Glasnow, who comes in here to pitch in relief.
First pitch swinging, little flare right side of the infield, right at Freddie Freeman. 1 pitch, 1 out for Glasnow. 1 gone in the 9th inning. The runners hold.
It's always been a terrific first pitch hitter, and Glasnow makes a great pitch on it.
Now the number 9 hitter, a left-handed hitter, Andres Jimenez.
George Springer is on deck. The Dodgers 2 outs from Game 7. The Blue Jays 1 swing from a World Championship. Jimenez floats one, left field. Hernandez makes the catch. Back to second. Game 7 tomorrow night. It's a game-ending double play. Kike Hernandez to Miguel Rojas. And baseball moves to November. Unreal. What a game, what a series, what a season of baseball.
The 2 best words in sports, folks. Game 7.
Some third with one away. Bichette comes up. Pick your poison right here. Dave Roberts will choose Bo Bichette, and it might seem like an easy decision, but Bo Bichette was the best hitter in baseball this year with runners in scoring position. He hit .380, and even though he missed the last month of the regular season, drove in 10 more runs than anybody else on the team.
He's pitched to Bichette. Swinging a fly ball. Center field. Edmund back. Looking up. That ball's gone! A blast from Bo Bichette, and the Blue Jays start the scoring in Game 7. A 3-run homer. It's 3-0, bottom of the third.
Bo Bichette was trying to lift something to the outfield, and boy, did he lift something to the outfield. What a swing from Bo Bichette. Tommy Edman, the center fielder, just turned and watched that thing fly out of here. Bo Bichette took about 3 or 4 slow steps to first base. What a moment for him. This place is absolutely rocking.
Who needs to run full speed when you can jog around the bases? Bichette's first home run of the postseason is a monumental 3-run blast.
Springer got a base hit. Lucas sacrificed it. They put Vladdy on, and Bo knows it's gone. Man, he can enjoy that one.
442 feet.
And now Ohtani is out of this ball game, walking back to the Dodger dugout.
Tyler Glasnow, who took over with 2 out in the 4th inning, and has not given up a run so far, trying to give his offense time to get back into the game. On a 3-1 pitch, has another base hit, another multi-hit game.
29 postseason hits.
There goes Clements at first. He'll take it. 3-2, Jimenez. Into right center field, Hernandez will not get there. It's for the 2 Blue Jays. Andres Jimenez out of the 9th spot one more time.
You don't count outs when you're starting. You're counting outs when you come in on a relief. So big out, maybe that settles him down a little bit.
He's counting outs. All of Canada's counting outs. They are 8 of them away from their first World Championship in 32 years.
2-1 pitch. Chop toward first. Vladdy gloves, throws to second, 1. Throw back to first. Double play! 3-6-3. The Blue Jays lead 4-2 in the 7th inning stretch. 6 outs away from the World Series.
I'm a little bit surprised that Savage is still in this ball game, just because he didn't have great command of his stuff in that first inning. I'm sure the nerves have settled just a little bit, and he'll try to fill that strike zone up a little bit more than he did in that first inning.
One away in the 8th. Max Muncy has been on twice in Game 7.
It's the 1-1 pitch. Muncy launches in the air, deep right field. This ball is gone! Off the ribbon inside the foul net here in Toronto. We are within a run. The Dodgers down 4-3 on a long home run from Max Muncy.
Imperative to get Rojas. Ohtani is the on-deck hitter, and you want him up where the worst-case scenario is he ties the game.
Yeah, you don't want Ohtani being the go-ahead run. You have to get Miguel Rojas here.
You do not mind giving up a hit right here, but it cannot be a ball 4, and then Ohtani comes to the plate.
Payoff. Drilled to left field and deep, and gone! No way! Miguel Rojas!
It's gone, and Game 7 is tied! Miguel Rojas off the bench in Game 6, on the board in Game 7.
Dave Roberts played his gut. The guy hadn't had a hit in a month. And in the 9th inning of Game 7, he's hit a tying home run. The most unlikely source has changed Game 7. It's tied at 4. Rojas has given the Dodgers life.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, one night after throwing 96 pitches, in with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. First and second for the Blue Jays. 4-4 score. Alejandro Kirk looking for a base hit that could win the World Series. Inside and hit him. Kirk hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded. And the World Series winning run 90 feet away from home. Infield in, outfield in for the Dodgers. 4-4, bases loaded, 1 out. Dalton Varsho sent to hit.
Andy Pages replaces Tommy Edman. Getting the stronger arms out there. Room for air, gone for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Bases loaded, 1 away. Varsho, roller to second. Rojas comes home in time! And it's Miguel Rojas who ties it in the top of the 9th. Saves it in the bottom of the 9th. 2 out.
There was a brief stumble from Rojas at second base, but he recovered, planted, and threw home, and Kiner Falefa is deemed out.
Ernie Clement has collected more hits in this postseason than any hitter in any postseason. If he can get 1 more, his name will live forever. Fly ball to left field. Hernandez on the run with Pages over his head. Pages runs him over, makes the catch, sends Game 7 to the 10th.
Oh my gosh! We're going to extra innings! A Yamamoto miracle in the 9th!
Well, they put Pages in there for his throwing arm, the defense, because Kike Hernandez was playing shallow. He was going to have no chance to go back and get that ball. And the Dodgers, with bases loaded and 1 out, come up with 2 sparkling plays to take it to the 10th in Game 7.
What are the chances? Both teams bases loaded, 1 out, and neither scores.
2 quick outs for Bieber on 3 pitches.
Smith is 1 out of 5. Doubled and scored the first Dodger run. Smith hits a high fly ball to deep left field. It's got a chance. It is gone. It's Will Smith in Game 7. And in the 11th inning of Game 7, the Dodgers lead for the first time.
Smith lets it fly and breaks the tie in Game 7 as number 16 stays clutch.
What I just got done saying that somebody's going to be remembered. It could be Will Smith.
Second home run of the postseason. He won Game 2 with a home run against Kevin Gausman. And if the Dodgers can get 3 more outs, it'll win Game 7. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tries to go the final 2+ innings and make Will Smith's home run stand up.
And Alejandro Kirk coming up to the plate.
And they will play back for the double play ball just based on his speed.
2 hits in the game for Kirk. Tying run on third in Vladdy. Winning run on first in Barger.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kirk bounces one up the middle. Bats to the back. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
From backs against the wall to back, the Dodgers cement their dynasty. The Dodgers become the first team in Major League Baseball in 25 years to repeat as World Series champions.